Good morning, guys. Are you getting my voice? Voice ఓకేనండి.
అవును, నువ్వు ఏ ఆన్సర్ పెట్టావు సార్కి?
మార్నింగ్ క్లాస్ ఎంతమంది వచ్చారండి? ఇప్పుడు 18 మెంబర్స్ జాయిన్ అయ్యారు. How many people are there in the morning class? Da class. Sorry, DWDM class, before class. Guys, are you getting my voice? Hello. Hello.
Sir.
Are you getting my voice?
Yes, sir.
ఎవరు రెస్పాన్స్ ఎవరు? ఎందుకని మెసేజ్ టైప్
సార్ స్లోగా వస్తుంది సార్.
మెసేజ్ టైప్ చేయటం కాదండి, డైరెక్ట్గా ఓకే మ్యూట్ అవ్వండి. ఏదైనా క్వశ్చన్ ఉన్నా ఆన్సర్ ఉన్నా ఓపెన్ దట్ వన్, గివ్ ద ఆన్సర్. మీరు ప్యూర్గా మరి మెసేజ్కి అలవాటు పడిపోయారు. ఏదైనా మెసేజ్ రూపంలోనే మాట్లాడేటట్టున్నారు. ఇప్పుడండి ఇప్పుడు కూడా లోగానే ఉంది వాయిస్. Still low, na?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then the meaning is this experiment has failed. అంటే ఇయర్ ఫోన్స్ ఒక సెట్ దొరికిందండి ఇంట్లో, వెతకగా పాత ఇయర్ ఫోన్స్ అవి పెట్టా ల్యాప్టాప్కి. ఇప్పుడు గూగుల్ మొబైల్లో కనెక్ట్ అవ్వలేక చాలా అది వర్కౌట్ అవ్వట్లేదు అనమాట. అయితే ఓకే, నేను కూడా మొబైల్ నుంచి మళ్ళీ కనెక్ట్ అవుతానండి. మరి వేసేది ఏం లేదు కదా. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు ఎలా ఉంది వాయిస్ క్లారిటీ?
Okay, sir.
ఎవరు తప్పెట్లు కొట్టేది? ఓ సారీ, ఇది మా ఊరు నుంచి వచ్చింది. Okay, and yesterday we have seen the byte count method. Is it clear? Is it okay, that byte count method?
Yes, sir.
After that byte count method, the problem with the byte count method is sometimes the count may be altered in the communication channel. The byte count may be, or the character count may be altered. When it is altered, remaining frames will be affected. That's why instead of that one, the alternative technique is the byte stuffing or character stuffing. Okay, to indicate the beginning and ending of the frame, we are going to use some special sequence of characters to indicate the beginning of the frame and ending of the frame. That is called the character stuffing or byte stuffing. Clear? ఇక్కడ మనం ఏం స్టఫింగ్ ఏది ఇస్తున్నాం అంటే టు ఇండికేట్ బిగినింగ్ అండ్ ఎండింగ్ వీఆర్ యూజింగ్ ఏ సీక్వెన్స్ ఆఫ్ క్యారెక్టర్స్ అండ్ దట్స్ వై దిస్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఇస్ ద క్యారెక్టర్ స్టఫింగ్. Okay, we are using a sequence of characters to indicate the beginning and ending of the frame here. I think that is the second one. This technique has small problem is there. We are using some sequence of characters to indicate beginning and ending of the frame. It is fine, okay. But the problem is sometimes that's whatever the sequencing, whatever the flag byte we are using may be already present in the original data. The flag byte is already present in the original data. Okay, whatever the sequence of characters you are using, they may present in the original data. Then what is the solution if they already present in the data? How to solve that problem? Whenever our sequence of characters, that is our flag byte, is already present in the original data, how to indicate it is the part of the data, not flag byte? How to make it as a part of the data? How to indicate that it is part of the data? What we have to do?
Escape.
Then we will go for the introduction of escape byte. Okay, we will use a special escape byte will be inserted. Okay, we will use some special sequence of characters called escape characters or escape byte. We will call it as escape byte. Okay, whatever the sequence of characters we are using for the beginning and ending, for indication of beginning and ending, those are called flag byte. Whenever the same flag byte is already present in the data, to indicate it is a part of the data, not a flag byte, we use before that flag byte, we use the escape byte. We will insert an escape byte before that one. Whenever an escape byte is placed in before that one, it indicates that it is not a flag byte, it is the part of the data. That is the concept of byte stuffing or the character stuffing. See this example. If you see here, we are using here flag as a, the word flag is used as a flag byte. We are using the word flag as a flag byte. Clear? So for the beginning and ending of the frame, we are using that flag as a beginning and ending. To indicate the beginning and ending of the frame, we are using that flag. The problem is sometimes the flag will present in the original data. The original data is like this: A flag B. This is the original data. Here we have flag is there. So the original data already contains flag. Whenever the original data contains your flag byte, there is a problem. So how to solve that problem is, whenever original data contains the flag byte, what we will do, we will insert another special character called the escape byte. Before that flag byte, we will place the escape byte. What is the advantage of placing this escape byte before the flag byte? It indicates that the escape byte indicates that the name is escape only. It will skip that flag. The escape byte indicates that please don't consider this flag as a flag byte. Skip that flag as a flag byte. The meaning of that one is skip that flag as a flag byte. That's why it is called escape byte. Okay, the name itself giving it as a escape byte. It will escape that flag. That means it will don't consider that flag as a flag byte. Similarly, here one more problem is there. Okay, whenever flag byte is present in the original data, to solve that problem, we are inserting the escape byte. If all the escape byte present, what is the solution? If the escape byte is also present in the original data, then what's the solution means? If the original data, can I see the second one? If the original data contains the escape byte, to indicate it is the part of the data, again we are inserting one more escape byte. One more escape byte will be inserted, will be stuffed to indicate this is okay. Second escape is a part of the data. whenever two escapes are there, the first escape indicates that the second escape is a part of the data. So don't consider that second escape. Like that, whenever flag is there, we use the escape to indicate flag is a part of the data. If the escape is also present, we use one more escape to indicate that second escape is a part of the data. See the third situation. The original data contains A escape flag B. Both escape is present and flag both are present in the part of the data. As a part of the data, both escape and flag both are present. That means now what to do? Since both are present, to indicate this escape is a part of the data, before this escape we are writing one escape. Similarly, to indicate this flag is a part of the data, before the flag we are writing escape. So totally the data will be, after stuffing, it will be like this: A escape 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 flag B. Is it clear? That third one, third example clear then? After stuffing, what has happened? Is it clear, the third one? The third example clear ఉంది. ఏమైనా
Yes,
confusion
sir.
ఉందా?
No confusion, sir.
After that one, if you see the fourth example, two escapes are present between AB. In the data, both two escapes are there. Since two escapes are there, we will insert two more escapes. A escape 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 B. That means to indicate these two escapes are part of the data, we are using two more escapes we are inserting. So this is the character stuffing or the byte stuffing. Here the thing what we are doing is we are inserting extra characters, a sequence of characters are inserted or stuffed into the frame. Okay, to indicate the beginning of the frame and ending of the frame, we are using a sequence of characters. Those sequence of characters which we are using to indicate the beginning and ending of the frame are called flag byte. Flag byte is the sequence of characters we are using to indicate the beginning and ending of the frame. So when we come to this one, generally we will use same flag byte for indicating starting and ending. To indicate the beginning and ending, we use the same flag byte. But if you want, we can use different ones also. For beginning, we can use one flag byte, and for ending, we can use separate flag byte. But generally, most of the people will use the same flag byte for both beginning and ending. That is the flag byte. Now, if it is clear, our next concept is the bit stuffing. Same concept with bit stuffing. It is similar to the previous concept. Okay, with a slight changes to the previous concept. Now the next concept is the third alternative is the bit stuffing. Clear? What is this bit stuffing concept means? In the bit stuffing concept, we will use a sequence of bit pattern to indicate the beginning and ending of the frame. Instead of sequence of characters, we will use a sequence of bit pattern to indicate the beginning and ending of a frame. In case of bit stuffing, we will use a sequence of bit pattern to indicate the beginning and ending of the frame instead of sequence of characters. That concept is the bit stuffing. Clear? So what is the bit pattern we are going to use is means we will use one bit pattern called 0610. 0610, that is the bit pattern we are using to indicate the beginning of the frame and to indicate the ending of the frame. We are using that bit pattern 03610. That is the bit pattern we are going to use. ఇక్కడ కూడా మనకు డౌట్ వచ్చిందండి. సరే, మనం 0111610 వాడుతున్నాము టు ఇండికేట్ బిగినింగ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫ్రేమ్, ఎండింగ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫ్రేమ్. ఓకే, ఒకవేళ ఒరిజినల్ డేటాలోనే ఆ ప్యాటర్న్ ఉంటే వాట్ ఇస్ ద సిచ్యువేషన్? ఇందా మనం చెప్పుకున్నట్టుగా క్యారెక్టర్ స్టఫింగ్ లో కూడా చెప్పుకున్నాం, ఫ్లాగ్ యూజ్ చేసినప్పుడు సేమ్ ఫ్లాగ్ ఒరిజినల్ డేటాలో కూడా ఉండొచ్చు. అలాగే ఇక్కడ కూడా వెన్ఎవర్ వీఆర్ యూజింగ్ దట్ సీక్వెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ప్యాటర్న్, మనం వాడే సీక్వెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ప్యాటర్న్ లోపల ఉండకూడదని రూల్ ఏం లేదు, ఉండొచ్చు ఉండకపోవచ్చు అని. If that same bit pattern is already present in the original data, then there is a confusion to whether it has to be considered or not. Then consider cheyala vaddani confusion vastundi. That is the problem with the bit stuffing. Dani solution kosam what we are doing in the bit stuffing is, what is the solution for that? To get the solution for that concept, what we are doing is, before adding the bit pattern to the frames, whenever a packet is received from the network layer, first it will scan the total packet. and whenever the packet contains a sequence of 5 ones is there, immediately after a sequence of 5 ones, it will insert 0. Okay, whenever a packet is received from the network layer, immediately the data link layer in the sending machine will scan the bit pattern of the packet. Whenever in the bits of the packet, if there are consecutive 5 ones are there, immediately it will make it add a 0. This process is going on before breaking the packet into frames. Okay, this process is going on before the packet is baked into the frames. Before breaking the packet into frames, what it will do is simply it will insert, it will stuff 0 after every continuous 5 ones are there. Immediately after them, it will insert the 0. Clear? 0. After every 5 ones, it will insert the 0. After stuffing the zeros, whenever consecutive 5 ones are there, it will stuff the zeros. After that one, it will break the total packet into frames. For every frame, it will attach 0610 as a beginning of the frame and ending of the frame. It will attach that our bit pattern. Our flag byte will be added at the beginning and ending after the packet is divided into the frames. That is what is going on in the bit stuffing. Clear, Andy? Bit stuffing concept. Is it clear or any confusion? See, confusion like no examples of the to understand that one. ఒకవేళ మీకు కన్ఫ్యూజన్ ఉంటే we will see one example. This is the original data we have. మనకున్న original data ఇది అనుకోండి. This is the packet received from the network layer in the sending machine. Sending machine లో packet network layer నుంచి data link layer కి ఈ packet వచ్చింది. This is the data in the packet which is received. ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ దీనికి మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నాం, వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు అప్లై ద బిట్ స్టఫింగ్. ఈ ప్యాకెట్ ని మనం ఫ్రేమ్స్ గా డివైడ్ చేస్తే ఏం చేస్తున్నాము, వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు ఇంప్లిమెంట్ ద బిట్ స్టఫింగ్ ఫర్ డివిజన్ ఆఫ్ ఇండికేటింగ్ ద బోర్డర్స్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫ్రేమ్ బోర్డర్స్ ఇండికేట్ చేయడం కోసం మనం బిట్ స్టఫింగ్ వాడుతున్నాం. కాబట్టి మనం దీన్ని బిట్ స్టఫింగ్ వాడాలి అంటే ఫస్ట్ అది ఏం చేస్తుంటే వెన్ ఎవర్ ద ప్యాకెట్ ఈస్ రిసీవ్డ్, ఇట్ విల్ ఓపెన్ ద ప్యాకెట్, ఇట్ విల్ స్కాన్ ఆల్ ద క్యారెక్టర్ బిట్స్ ఆఫ్ ద ప్యాకెట్. ఇక్కడ ఉన్న బిట్స్ అన్ని స్కాన్ చేస్తుంది. వైల్ ఇట్ ఈస్ స్కానింగ్, whenever there are continuous 5 ones are there, immediately it will place 0. 1 2 3 4 5. Whenever there are continuous 5 ones are there, immediately after continuous 5 ones, it will place 0. Clear అండి? ఇప్పుడు మనం ఏం చేసామంటే after the packet is received, we opened the packet, we scanned the packet bits. Whenever there are continuous 5 ones are there, we placed a 0. Here 0 is stuffed. ఇంతవరకు క్లియర్ కదండి?
Yes, sir.
Now what
Yes,
we are
sir.
doing after inserting the zeros, this packet is divided into frames. ఇప్పుడు మనం frames కింద డివైడ్ చేసుకుంటాం. For example, up to this part I want to make as frame 1. Next, this is the frame 2. I want to make this one as frame 2. Frame 3. ఇలా 3-4 frames కు డివైడ్ చేశాను. Now ఇది frame 1, frame 2, frame 3, frame 4. ఈ frame 1 కి beginning indicate చేయడం కోసం, to indicate the beginning of the frame 1, we use to indicate the beginning of the frame 1. Similarly, end of the frame 1, at the end of the frame 1 నేను మనం సపరేట్ చేయడం కోసం హైఫన్ పెట్టండి. యాక్చువల్గా అయితే కలిసే ఉంటాయి, మీకు అర్థం కోసం ఐఎమ్ యాడింగ్ దట్ సపరేట్ వన్. సో ఫ్రేమ్ 1 కి మనం అటాచ్ చేసాము, బిట్ ప్యాటర్న్ అటాచ్ చేసాము. ద బిట్ ప్యాటర్న్ ఈజ్ అటాచ్డ్ టు frame 1 to indicate beginning and ending of frame 1. Similarly for frame 2 also. Frame 2. Similarly for frame 3 and frame 4 also. Similarly for the frame 4. Now 4 frames are formed. This is the original data in the frame. Okay. For that original data in the frame, we have attached the starting and ending. This is the original data. Middle one, beginning of the frame, ending of the frame. To indicate the beginning and ending of the frame, we have inserted the bit pattern, which is called as flag byte. The flag byte is here 0 triple 1 triple 1 0. At the receiving machine, what will happen is at the receiving machine, this total data will be sent to
Sir, no voice, sir.
వాయిస్ రావట్లేదు సార్.
సార్ మీది మ్యూట్ అయింది చూడండి ఒకసారి.
clear and set the destination machine like this. The data will be removed. And ఇక్కడ మొత్తం totally at the sending machine 2 steps will be there. At the receiving machine 2 steps will be there in this bit stuffing. Sending machine side ఏం చేస్తామంటే first after opening the packet from the network layer, after opening the packet which is received from the network layer, we will scan the packet to see is there any consecutive 5 ones. Whenever we have consecutive 5 ones are there, a 0 will be inserted into that one. A 0 will be stuffed. Okay. After that is stuffing is over, we will divide the packet data into frames. For each frame, the bit pattern will be added at the beginning and at the ending. The bit pattern will be added. After that one, the total 4 frames will be sent to the destination machine. At the destination machine, data link layer of the destination machine, after confirming all the packets are received correctly, it will remove the bit patterns. Beginning and ending bit patterns will be removed. After the bit patterns are removed, again it will de-stuff the zeros we have stuffed. At the sending machine, first we are stuffing the zeros, then we are adding the bit patterns. At the destination machine, first the bit patterns will be removed, then the zeros will be de-stuffed. Okay, wherever we have the consecutive 5 ones, the 0 after consecutive 5 ones will be de-stuffed. That is the process going on in the bit stuffing. Now is it clear, guys? Roughly is it clear what is this bit stuffing concept?
Yes, sir.
Remaining ones, Charles, remaining clarity ఉందండి. నేను కొంతమంది కొంచెం కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అయ్యారు అన్నారు, బిట్ స్టఫింగ్ అర్థం కాలేదన్నారు. ఇది క్లియర్ నౌ? వాట్ ఈస్ దిస్ బిట్ స్టఫింగ్ కాన్సెప్ట్?
ఎస్ సార్.
Okay, see those points about this one once. Okara points చూడండి, then we will go for the next concept by seeing that points once. Okara points చదవండి, then we will go for this one. As an alternative to the byte stuffing, we are going to use the bit stuffing, in which it use 8 bits. In which it will use 8 bits pattern. Okay. It was developed very popular HDLC protocol. It mainly the bit stuffing concept is used in the HDLC protocol, high level data link control protocol. It was mainly developed for the HDLC protocol. This bit stuffing concept was invented. High level data link control protocol. This is feature lo vachindi HDLC. That HDLC protocol is using the bit stuffing concept. Each frame begins and ends with a special bit pattern called 0111110. In hexadecimal it is 7E. Hexadecimal than value anta ante 7E and decimal value is na idea లేదు. Hexadecimal it is 7E. Every frame begins and ends with this special bit pattern 0610, which is an hexadecimal 7E value. This pattern is called here flag byte. ఇక్కడ మనం వాడే దీన్ని మనం ఏమంటామంటే this special bit pattern is called the flag byte. ఇక్కడ దీన్నే మనం flag byte అంటాం. Okay. See, what is happening is whenever sender's data link layer encounters 5 consecutive ones in the data, whenever sender's data link layer encounters 5 consecutive ones in the data, it automatically stuffs a 0 bit into the outgoing bit stream. It automatically adds a 0. Clear? This concept is similar to byte stuffing, in which escape byte is stuffed into the outgoing character before a flag byte. మనం ఎలాగైతే బైట్ స్టఫింగ్ లో ఫ్లాగ్ బైట్ ఉన్నప్పుడు దాని ముందు ఎస్కేప్ బైట్ యాడ్ చేస్తాము, ఇక్కడ అలాగే దాని బదులు ఇక్కడ మనం ఏం చేస్తాము, దానికి ఆల్టర్నేటివ్ ఇక్కడ ఎక్కడన్నా మనకి 5 1s వస్తే దాని పక్కన వీఆర్ ప్లేసింగ్ ఏ 0. మనం బైట్ స్టఫింగ్ లో అయితే ఫ్లాగ్ బైట్ లోపల ఉంటే కనుక ఆ ఫ్లాగ్ బైట్ ముందు ఎస్కేప్ బైట్ వాడుతున్నాము. అలాగే ఇక్కడ మనం చేస్తున్నాం దానికి సింగర్ గా ఇక్కడ మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నాం అంటే whenever we have 5 consecutive ones, we are stuffing a 0. We are stuffing it. That is the process of bit stuffing. Bit stuffing process idandi. Okay. Whenever there are 5 consecutive ones in the data, a 0 will be stuffed. Then after dividing the data into the frames, for each frame we will use the special bit pattern, which is called flag byte, as a beginning and ending. We will add that one. This okay. Generally USB, universal serial bus, uses the bit stuffing. USB pen drives unnai ankondi. They are working on the concept of bit stuffing only. They are working. This bit stuffing concept is majorly used in the USBs, universal serial bus. See, what will happen at the receiver side? What will happen in the receiver side means whenever the receiver receives 5 consecutive ones, okay, following by a 0, it will automatically remove that 0. Receiver side in the మన sender side 5 consecutive ones ఉంటే డేటాలో 0 యాడ్ చేశాం. రిసీవర్ సైడ్ ఏం చేస్తారంటే డేటాలో కనుక 5 కాన్సిక్యూటివ్ వన్స్ పక్కన 0 ఉంటే ఆ 0ని రిమూవ్ చేస్తాడు. హీ విల్ డీస్టఫ్. ఓకే, హీ విల్ డీస్టఫ్ దట్ వన్. దిస్ ఇస్ ద కాన్సెప్ట్ ఆఫ్ టోటల్లీ బిట్ స్టఫింగ్. క్లియర్? దిస్ ఇస్ ద టోటల్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఆఫ్ బిట్ స్టఫింగ్. ఇక్కడ చూడండి ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇచ్చాడు. ఇఫ్ ద యూజర్ డేటా కంటైన్స్ ఫ్లాగ్ ప్యాటర్న్, ఒకవేళ యూజర్ డేటాలో మన ఫ్లాగ్ ప్యాటర్న్ కూడా ఉందనుకోండి, ఇలా సేమ్ ఫ్లాగ్ ప్యాటర్న్ యూజర్ డేటాలో ఉంటే దాన్ని మనం ఎలా మాడిఫై చేస్తున్నాము, 5 ones 0 ప్లేస్ చేస్తున్నాం. సో ఆ ఫ్లాగ్ ప్యాటర్న్ యూజర్ డేటాలో సేమ్ ఫ్లాగ్ ప్యాటర్న్ ఉంటే బై స్టఫింగ్ 0 it is modified so that we don't have any problem with the flag pattern. At the receiver side, it will remove that 0 and it will store the original data. Original data similar to flag pattern. So we stuffed 0 and it is sent to the receiver machine. Again on the receiver machine, that stuffed 0 is de-stuffed and original same flag pattern is stored like that. Whenever the user data contains the flag pattern, to remove that, to avoid the problem to avoid the problems occurring, we will, whenever there are consecutive 5 ones are there, immediately we stuff a 0 so that we don't have any problem with the bit pattern. At the receiving side, reverse, we will remove that stuffed 0s and we will use the original data. Clear? This is the thing we have. See this example. Sorry, example చూడండి. What is this concept of bit pattern? See this example. This is the original data in the packet at the sending machine. Sending machine lo packet lo data ila undi. So what we are doing, after scanning the data from the packet in the sending machine, we are stuffing 0s. Whenever we have 5 consecutive ones, we are stuffing with 0s. Now this stuffed data will be sent to the receiving machine. In the receiving machine again, the stuffed bits will be destuffed. Whatever the zeros we have stuffed, they will be destuffed. And in the receiving machine again, original data will be stored. Okay, the network layer of sending machine contains this data. Again, the network layer of receiving machine will be given the same data. In the middle of the data link layer at the sending machine is stuffing some zeros. The data link layer of the receiving machine is destuffing the zeros. That is the concept of bit stuffing. This is totally that one. Okay, these are the first three familiar techniques, regularly used techniques: byte count, bit stuffing, and character stuffing. Is it clear, guys? These three techniques. Is it clear? After this one, if it is clear, we have the physical layer coding violations. One more technique we have is the violation of physical layer rules. By violating the physical layer rules, we can identify the boundaries of the frames. We can decide the boundaries of the frames simply with the help of the physical layer. In the physical layer also, we can identify the boundaries of the frames. But there, what we have to do is, to do that work, we have to violate the rules of the physical layer. Here, simply in one line, what is going on in this fourth one is, generally in the physical layer, what we are doing, the data is transmitted into converted into the form of signals. Okay, whatever the bit patterns received from the data link layer, the physical layer will convert that one. In the physical layer, for the transmission of the data through the transmission media, we are converting the data into the signals. Okay, we are converting the digital data into digital signal, and that digital signal is converted into the analog signal. Analog signal is transmitted through the transmission media to the receiving machine. That means we are converting our data into the analog signals. The analog signals are transmitted through the media, and they will be again at the receiver. The analog signal is reconverted back to the digital data. Clear? That is what is going on the physical layer. In this physical layer, one thing is, while sending the signals, there are some reserved signals are there. Okay, there are some reserved signals are there. Some reserved signals are there which should not be used for data transmission. In case of physical layer, one rule is that there are some reserved signals are there which cannot be used for transmission of data. Okay, some unused signals are there. Some reserved signals are available at the physical layer which cannot be used for data transmission. Since they are unuseful, they should not be used for communication. But by violating the rule, we are going to use that unused signals as a beginning and ending of the frame. To indicate the beginning and ending of the frame, we are going to add that unused signal at the beginning of the frame, at the ending of the frame. In the physical layer, it will add that unused signals at the beginning of the frame and at the ending of the frame to indicate the beginning and ending of the frame. So between every two frames, an unused signal will be there. Between two frames, an unused signal will be there, which is separating two frames. But this is against the rules of physical layer. As per the physical layer, as per the transmission rules, some signals are there which are reserved ones. They should not be used for transmission. But by violating those rules, we can identify the border. We can decide the borders of the frames with the help of that unused signals also. That concept is called physical layer coding violations. That concept is called the physical layer coding violation. See, the last method of framing is to use a shortcut from the physical layer. We are using a shortcut from the physical layer. The coding of the bits as signals often includes redundancy to help the receiver. Here, while we are converting the bits into the signals, we will add some redundancy. That means some extra signals will be added, which will help the receiver. Okay. What is the extra signals we are adding means? Okay, in the physical layer, we will have some reserved signals will be there. We will use those reserved signals to indicate the beginning and ending of the frames. Okay, here, while we are converting the bits into the signals, some extra signals will be redundant signals will be added. What are those redundant signals means? We are going to add some extra signals which are called the reserved signals. Those reserved signals are used as a indications to indicate the beginning and ending of the frame. To indicate the beginning and ending of the frame, some extra reserved signals are used. Okay, but this is purely against the rules of the coding rules of the physical layer. This is purely against the rules of the physical layer. That's why this is the, here we are violating the coding rules. Okay, to indicate the delimiters of the frame, to use, to identify the delimiters of the frame, to use, okay, we are using the reserved signals. Reserved signals are used as a delimiters here. As a delimiter, we are going to use the reserved signals. But this is purely against the coding rules of the thing. Okay, even though with this one, we can easily identify the beginning and ending of the frames. Okay, instead of stuffing extra data in the data link layer, in the physical layer, by adding the reserved signals, we can easily identify the starting and ending of the frames without stuffing any extra data in the data link layer. In the first three techniques, we are stuffing some extra data, either byte count or character stuff or the bit stuff. We are stuffing some extra data, but without stuffing any extra data, how can we identify the boundaries of the frames, or how can we identify the limitations of the frame, means frame boundaries, means with the help of reserved signals. By encoding reserved signals to the frames, we can easily identify the boundaries of the frames by using the reserved signals as delimiters. But this is purely against the coding rules of the physical layer. That's why, okay, nobody will prefer this technique. Most of the people is not preferring this technique. So these are the totally 4 techniques we have. The total 4 techniques we have is these 4. Now the question is, what is the use of these 4 techniques? Now the question we will have is, what is the use of these 4 techniques? 4 techniques దేనికోసం వాడుతున్నాం అసలు మనం? నా క్వశ్చన్ క్లియర్ అండి. 4 టెక్నిక్స్ దేనికోసం వాడుతున్నాం అసలు మనం? బైట్ కౌంట్, బైట్ స్టఫింగ్, క్యారెక్టర్ స్టఫింగ్, బిట్ స్టఫింగ్. వాట్ ఇస్ ద పర్పస్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ 4? See, they are used only for identification of boundaries of the frames only. These 4 techniques are used only for easy identification of boundaries of the frames. ఇంకా వేరే యూజ్ ఏం లేదండి. ఈ 4 టెక్నిక్స్ వల్ల ఎర్రర్ కరెక్షన్, ఎర్రర్ డిటెక్షన్ ఇలాంటి ఏమీ జరగవు ఇక్కడ. ఇక్కడ జరిగేది ఏంటంటే జస్ట్ టు ఐడెంటిఫై ద బౌండరీస్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫ్రేమ్స్, we are using these 4 techniques. For converting the packets into frames only, we are using these 4 techniques. ఈ 4 టెక్నిక్స్ వల్ల ఓన్లీ ఫ్రేమ్ యొక్క బౌండరీస్, ఫ్రేమ్స్ ఫామ్ అవుతాయి, కానీ అవి కరెక్ట్ గా రిసీవ్ అయ్యావా లేవా అంటే ఈ 4 టెక్నిక్స్ ఏం చేయలేవండి. కానీ మనం మళ్ళీ వేరే టెక్నిక్స్ వాడాలి టు ఐడెంటిఫై వెదర్ ద ఫ్రేమ్ ఈజ్ డేటా ఇన్ ద ఫ్రేమ్ ఈజ్ కరెక్ట్ ఆర్ నాట్. ఇది ఓన్లీ ఫ్రేమ్ బౌండరీస్ మాత్రం ఇండికేట్ చేస్తాయి, కానీ లోపల డేటా కరెక్ట్ డేటానా మాడిఫైడ్ డేటా అనేది దే డోంట్ ఇండికేట్. రిమెంబర్ దట్ పాయింట్. అది మనం గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాల్సిన పాయింట్ అండి. ఇక్కడ మనం చెప్పుకున్న ఈ 4 టెక్నిక్స్ ఏంటంటే ఓన్లీ హెల్ప్ఫుల్ ఇన్ ద ఫార్మేషన్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్రేమ్స్ ఓన్లీ. They don't guarantee that the data in the frame is correct. Receiving side లో డేటా కరెక్ట్ గా రిసీవ్ అయిందని గ్యారంటీ ఇది ఇవ్వలేవు. We have to use some other techniques for verifying whether the data is correctly received or not, whether all the frames are correctly received or not. అన్ని ఫ్రేమ్స్ ట్రాన్స్మిట్ అవుతున్నాయా లేవా, అన్ని కరెక్ట్ గా ట్రాన్స్మిట్ అయ్యా, ఏమైనా డేటా మాడిఫై అయిందా, ఇవన్నీ తెలియాలంటే these 4 techniques will not consider those. ఇవి ఓన్లీ ఏంటంటే they will indicate the boundaries of the frames. క్లియర్. ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ మనం నేర్చుకోండి ఫ్రేమ్ ఎలా ఫామ్ అవుతుంది నేర్చుకున్నాము. నెక్స్ట్ మనం నేర్చుకోవాల్సింది ఏంటంటే ద నెక్స్ట్ టాపిక్ వీ హావ్ టు లెర్న్ దిస్. మరి ఫ్రేమ్స్ బాగానే ఫామ్ చేసాము, ఈ టెక్నిక్స్ ద్వారా ఫ్రేమ్స్ ఆర్ ఫార్మ్డ్. అన్ని ఫ్రేమ్స్ రిసీవర్ కి వెళ్తున్నాయా లేదా గ్యారంటీ ఏంటి? వాట్ ఈస్ ద గ్యారంటీ దట్ వెదర్ ఆల్ ద ఫ్రేమ్స్ ఆర్ సక్సెస్ఫుల్లీ సెంట్ టు ద రిసీవర్ ఆర్ ఎనీ ఫ్రేమ్ ఈస్ మిస్డ్ ఇన్ ద మిడిల్? మధ్యలో ఏమైనా ఫ్రేమ్ మిస్ అయిందా, అన్ని కరెక్ట్ గా వెళ్ళాయా? హౌ టు నో? నెక్స్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ ఈస్, even though all frames are received, whether the data in the frames is correctly received or any modification is done in the data. Data anta correct ga receive ayinda, emana modifications jarigaya? We have to learn that concept. Okay, the topic related to that concept is our next concept. We are going to the next concept, that is briefly we are going to see the error control. Our next one is briefly we have to see the error control techniques. Actually ఇక్కడ మనం బ్రీఫ్ గానే చూస్తామండి, మళ్ళీ ఎర్రర్ కరెక్షన్ డిటెక్షన్ కి సెపరేట్ గా డీటెయిల్లీ we will see later. ఇక్కడ ఓన్లీ బ్రీఫ్ గా చూస్తాము, in detail we will see later again. Okay, tomorrow class we are going to see briefly the concept of error control. Okay, and framing, is it clear? The framing, మనకి ఇప్పుడు first two topics are cleared. One is services to the network layer, the next one is the framing concept. We have seen those two concepts, how frames are formed, what are the services to the network layer. ఈ రెండు క్లియర్ కదా? నెక్స్ట్ ఏమైనా కంటిన్యూషన్ క్లాస్ ఉందండి ఇమీడియట్లీ? ఈజ్ దేర్ ఎనీ కంటిన్యూషన్ క్లాస్ ఇమీడియట్లీ? మీకు 11 ఆ టైంలో ఏమైనా క్లాస్ ఉందండి? కెన్ ఐ కంటిన్యూ ద క్లాస్ అగైన్? క్లాస్ కంటిన్యూ చేయొచ్చా లేదా రేపు చెప్పుకుందాం అంటారా? ఎస్ నో ఏదో ఒకటి చెప్పండి కనీసం. ఓకే అండి, సరే రేపు చెప్తున్నాను, నో ప్రాబ్లం మ్యాటర్. అలా ఆడేయండి, మనకు చాలా సఫిషియంట్ టైం ఉందండి. Okay, tomorrow we will see the error control techniques in the future class. Tomorrow class we will briefly see about the error control techniques. Thank you very much.